I think that when you think about inclusive growth, the discussion has been very polemic. People have been thinking really just about taxation and transfers. And actually what we're really trying to do with the work that we're putting on the table is to show that there's many things that drive a more inclusive growth process. And these range from obviously education, but all the way through to entrepreneurship and a lack of corruption. These are all things that are very important both for growth and for social inclusion. So I think by being a lot more comprehensive in terms of the things that matter, it will be a lot easier for us to have a discussion that is much more sort of even-tempered and where we all see how we can work together, business, government, civil society, and make a real difference. What you see if you look around the world is that actually inclusive growth is not just in the purview of advanced economies. I mean, this is something that lots of different countries are doing well in specific aspects. So for example, if you look at conditional cash transfers, so transfers that are made to families from the government to help them in terms of income support, but that require them sending children to school, getting children vaccinated, for example. You see that Mexico and Brazil have really been leading the charge in this area, and lots of other countries have followed. Similarly, if you look at Kenya, they've really been leading the way in terms of mobile banking, really leapfrogging over the traditional banking sector and allowing many of the unbanked actually to become banked. And these are examples in developing countries. Another area that we see is corporations that are really leading the way in what we call corporate social innovation, in a way that's corporate social responsibility 2.0. You no longer just put the social activities in a corner in its own department. You really look how you can align those social activities throughout the corporation and really align it with the strategy so that it's sustainable. So we're seeing very many interesting things, I'd say, around the world by government, by civil society, by corporations, and we're quite optimistic. Well, I think that it's very positive that the world has been able to decide on the Sustainable Development Goals. There was a very, cooperative effort that, allowed all countries around the world to give their input. At the same time, there's a long list now of things that we're expecting to do, and even if you look at the work we've done on inclusive growth, it is a very long list. So I think that there's going to have to be some, sort of consolidation and prioritization, and that's something that's very important. But at the same time, I think clearly governments around the world, businesses around the world, certainly those that we talk to at the World Economic Forum, are really taking this very seriously. They're very concerned about the fact that there's high and rising inequality in the world, and they see that this is an impediment to growth going forward. So I think, we have the framework in place. I think that last year, 2015, was very important in terms of setting the framework for moving forward. And now I'd say 2016, 2017 are going to be about implementation. And my hope is that we really will do so.